I'm here with Brandon Ha. He and I work here at Thesis on the fourth floor, just about 20 feet away. But I'm gonna focus most of this video on the nonprofit that you started called White Lotus Foundation, because I think you're doing awesome stuff in the community.
Thank you.
But we met through The Script, which is a nonprofit I co-founded about a decade ago.
Right.
And you were an intern about 6 or 7 summers ago.
Yes.
So talk to us about how you started with The Script and then got to Thesis, and then we'll do the White Lotus thing after.
Yeah, so I first discovered The Script through Portland State University. I was actually skipping class.
Yeah.
I think I was on the way to doing something there, but in the hallways I found that there was this information session on The Script, and on the front door said paid internships. And I knew from that point, I was like, I need to go check this out.
Yeah.
And just through the information session, learned that not only is it giving you opportunities to get into the paid internships, but also giving you opportunities to gain real world experiences and just help kind of get the foot in the door, especially with students of color.
Cool. And then so you were an intern in marketing at Fully, and that's the desk company. They got bought out ultimately by Herman Miller. But yeah, what did you helped them start a new product line? Or?
Yeah, so at Foley was one of my first internships through The Script, back then called Emerging Leaders, but they had hired me on to help them build a new secondary brand called Able Desk Company. Basically, that was a more affordable version of the Foley standing desk, because Foley was a more, you would say, I guess, like an upscale, like higher end product, and you wanted to create a secondary brand that was focused more on the affordable market. And so kind of helped them set that up with e-commerce, as well as working with their creative partner on creating the brand itself. And we launched it in, I think, this the fall or the winter of 2018.
Cool.
And so I did that for about a year.
Yeah. And we don't need to go through your whole, but you've been at Thesis for 5 years working on the Nike account, and you're also working on TEDxPortland, because we're agency of record. And so now let's talk about White Lotus. You started that a couple years ago, and everyone's gonna think that this is like the TV show, but what we're talking about is like amazing Chinese lion dancing performances, and you this brings you a lot of like purpose and fulfillment, and you're at a lot of community events. So how did that start?
Let me talk about so for White Lotus, just to set the record, we started in 2015.
Oh, wow.
Before the TV show.
Oh, okay.
It was really just like a club that was a group of kids who really enjoyed lion dancing. And for those of whom you don't know, Dragon Lion Dance is a cultural performing art where we put on these costumes, we dance to traditional music.
There's really big like drums and they just bring the energy.
Yeah, and what that is a symbolism of providing prosperity and good luck and good fortune to, especially with Lunar New Year's, it's associated with that, but it's also being used for grand openings, birthday celebrations, any type of like occasion that you want to bring good luck and good energy. That's what we do as a lion dance performance group.
Yeah, and you performed at here at the Thesis building for the We Believe in Portland after party and for the Script end of summer celebration, which was incredible. Yeah,
and I think what's nice about White Lotus is that we've grown organically just through the connections that we made. You know, me being part of the Script, I knew you from that, and was able to make that connection and say, hey, let us perform at the next event. So I think because of that, we've grown to be the largest Dragon Lion Dance group in Oregon, and one of the largest in the Pacific Northwest.
Wow, that's incredible. And then you're gonna perform at the Keller for the day after We Believe is TEDxPortland.
Correct, yeah.
And so that should be in front of like 3,000 people.
Yeah, we're excited for it. I think this is gonna be one of the most largest crowds that we've performed in front of, but it'll be an exciting moment, and especially for us being a Portland-based organization, we want to make sure that we're showing up for Portland. So having an opportunity to perform at TEDxPortland would be a good one. Yeah.
Cool. So we always get to that. This year, my video series is around Portlanders doing hard things. So talk to us a little bit about one hard thing that you've kind of had to overcome or you're working through right now.
Yeah, so one thing I'm looking to overcome right now is that White Lotus as an organization, which by the way, we're a 501c3 nonprofit, and we've really grown over the last couple of years. And so just trying to balance that while also working full time. And just by the way, all this work that I'm doing with White Lotus and everyone in our group, we do this out of passion. We're not getting paid from it. We're hoping to one day, right?
Well, the organization gets paid, but just the people. It doesn't make its way down to the people.
Exactly. Yeah, the organization gets paid through donations and sponsorships, and all that again is self-funding. We use all the money that we collect to pay for all of our expenses,
Cost, like the outfits.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And so as that is continuing to grow, and we're reaching out for larger grants and operational type of sponsorships, trying to find that balance between doing that and the work I'm doing at Thesis. Just trying to figure out how I can make both goals work.
Yeah. All right, lightning round. Top 2 or 3 favorite places to go or things that you like to do in Portland.
Oh, sweet, lightning round. Okay. Any topic?
Anything,
Okay.
but like what brings you joy in Portland, but specific things.
Yeah, good question. So what brings me joy first and foremost is being in the community. So I know I talk a lot about White Lotus, but that is generally my joy and passion is being able to go out and do these performances with the group. Another program that we do within White Lotus is called White Lotus Market, which we're basically doing like these night market styles events throughout Portland. So that's another thing that we like to do. And then another thing that I like to do outside of work and White Lotus is just I like to eat.
Yeah.
I like to check out
name
all
a place.
Top
1 or 2 places.
Look Black.
Thesis
Kitchen.
Sure.
Yeah, off of just right there off the waterfront, and man, they're great. Great restaurant.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah.
Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having
All
me.
right.
Appreciate
Cheers.
it.
Yeah.